truly humbled and honored by this recognition, especially in that it is related to mentoring others. You know, I've had a rich career, and in some ways it's in three distinct stages. My first career was in government and politics. My second was leading public relations and marketing for, as Bill said, 5 large U.S. companies, and now leading a major agency's operations in the U.S. It's not just because I can't keep a job. And the truth is, you know, mentoring is kind of an interesting element in my life in that I never had a formal mentor myself. But I did learn by watching others. People I respected, people I admired, and from people who were masters of their craft. That combined, I guess, with longevity and cultivated by a desire to give back, ingrained by my family, especially my grandfather, afforded me the opportunity to serve as both informal and formal mentors to literally dozens of individuals in our profession. Steven Spielberg once spoke of mentoring people in his profession as a delicate balance between offering up one's own example and giving a mentee the opportunity to create themselves. I've won many awards, but my most precious is the success of talented and diverse men and women who it was my privilege to work with and mentor. Nearly now 24 of whom found their spark and became chief communications officers or chief marketing officers in their own right. I learned much more from them than I ever conveyed. That said, any mentee should come to know that life is fundamentally about 2 things. 1, it's about questions, and 2, as Joan said earlier, it's about others. Lesson 1, questions. Among my most compelling informal mentors were the Jesuits who taught me at Georgetown University. I was a scholarship student, oftentimes felt as though I didn't belong, but they did. And beyond their own selflessness and willingness to help and serve others, their biggest contribution to both my heart and my head was their reflection that the questions are more important than the answers. And when I first heard that, I said, yeah, you guys are asking the questions. Of course you think they're important. But what I grew to realize is that we only learn truth. We only advance as a society when we question the status quo. Bill Marsteller, one of my firm's founders, would add that we also need to question ourselves. In his book, Creative Management, he wrote, all of us by nature easily fall in love with our own words, our own ideas. Excellence is born of intelligent criticism. Maturity is the product that seeks, accepts, and benefits from criticism. To avoid it is a symptom of personal weakness or low ability or both. Lesson 2 comes from our founder, Harold Burson, our other founder, who at 96 still comes into the office every day. My office abuts his. I tease him a little bit. He usually comes in around 9:30 or 10 o'clock. He leaves about 3:30 or 4. I said, Harold, people are going to start to talk. He laughs, but every day he's in there and he's providing advice. But one of the gems is in his book, E Pluribus Unum, that came out in 2004. First, he wrote that nothing attracts new business faster than to offer a client superior talent. But he says the true success of a firm is not built on individual talent, nor individual practices or specialties. Success is built by finding ways to collaborate and share and work in teams to benefit clients and others. As he put it, we became better together than we were one by one. So in closing, let me congratulate the other honorees this evening, and let me especially thank you for what will be the tribute to Al Golan, I was a client of Al's. He was terrific as a counselor, terrific as a human being, and truly one of the giants of our industry. Finally, at 6'5" I have a lot of people who look up to me physically. But as the product of a mother who grew up in an orphanage and a father who grew up not too far from here in tenement housing in Spanish Harlem, and as someone who, based on circumstances of birth, felt I had to work just a little bit harder, just a little bit longer than others to succeed, I am truly moved and humbled by this honor that the PRSA New York bestows on me. Thank you very much.